Good afternoon, neighbors. We're on day 11, and something else that's super, super important when we're working on our garden prep and our gardening, like the whole plan, and actually life prep, is water. It's something that is required by all living things. And especially when we talked yesterday about the compost, it's really important in composting too. The compost needs to be damp but not wet. Like if you pick it up and like put some in your hand and squeeze it, it should not drip. You need to know how you're going to water your garden. How are you going to water your plants? If you have something little, small, you have patio garden, there's many plants that can be planted very, very nicely in a patio. You can do tomatoes in pots. You can do basil. A lot of herbs can do in a pot. Mint can grow in a pot if you want to. Things like that. If you're going to water just as a patio, you can probably get a little, 1 gallon water, go into the house, fill it up, come outside, water your plants. Super, super simple. If you have a garden, you're going to look at something bigger. Our garden is far enough away from a water source that we're not going to have drip irrigation. We're going to change a little bit of that this year, hopefully, but we have a long hose and we use it to water all of our animals. So we just bring it over to the garden and put it in the garden. Now, gardens need deep soaking probably at least once a week. If you live in the south or in a hotter climate, you're going to have to deep soak them longer than that. But do not just spray your garden down with water and then be like, oh, look, the dirt's damp, we're fine. That's not how it works. It's going to evaporate before it'll soak in for the plants to use. So they need a deep root soaking. There are certain plants that don't like as much water, certain plants that like more water. In general, it's not that big of a deal. There are some things that you have to worry about that don't just sit in water, so you need to make sure that your soil is well draining. And you can look, if you soak this for, say, an hour solid, water sprinkling, and then you come back in another 2 hours and you still have puddles, then you have a water drainage problem. If you can collect off your roof, if you can figure out how to somehow store water in like an IBC tote, you can run drip line and have it drip very slowly. You can bury clay pots and put water in them. There's all kinds of quote tricks. I don't have time for most of them. So we get out the hose and we hook up the water and we just water it for a while. And we water probably about twice a week. Right now it's going to rain tonight, so the rain is watering the garden. My peas are already sprouting from last week when we planted them. They're up about an inch and a half. They look great. So figure out your water source. Where's it coming from?